Most people think emotional strength means shutting down, not caring, not feeling, not reacting, but that's not strength, that's avoidance. Real strength is something far more dangerous. It's the ability to feel everything and still remain in control. Because right now, if you're honest, your emotions are being pulled in every direction. A message can ruin your mood. A bad day can ruin your week. Someone else's opinion can ruin your confidence. And without realizing it, you're being controlled, not by force, but by reaction. The Stoics saw this clearly. Men like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca trained themselves to become something rare, unshakable. Not because life was easy for them, but because they mastered how they responded to it. And today, you're going to learn the 6 habits that can make you emotionally untouchable. Habit 1. Control what you can and let go of the rest. There's a quiet truth that most people never accept. You are trying to control things that were never yours to control. Other people's opinions, their actions, the outcome of situations, the past, and every time you try to control those things, you lose a piece of your peace. Epictetus said, some things are in our control, and some things are not. That idea is simple, but living it, that's where power is built. Imagine 2 people, one gets criticized, they obsess over it, replay it, let it define them. The other hears the same criticism, and asks one question, is this in my control? If yes, they improve. If no, they let it go. That's it. No emotional spiral, no wasted energy, just clarity. The Stoics drew a hard line between what they could control and what they couldn't, and they refused to cross it. Because the moment you stop trying to control everything, you stop being controlled by everything. Habit 2. Reframe everything. Nothing has meaning until you give it meaning. That's the truth most people ignore. A failure isn't painful by itself. It becomes painful when you label it as defeat. Rejection doesn't hurt by itself. It hurts because you interpret it as loss. The Stoics mastered reframing. They didn't ask, why is this happening to me? They asked, what is this trying to teach me? Marcus Aurelius wrote, the obstacle is the way. Think about that. The very thing you're resisting is the thing that's shaping you. Lose something, you gain perspective. Face hardship, you gain strength. Get rejected, you gain direction. Emotionally weak people see events as final. Emotionally strong people see them as temporary training. When you change the meaning, you change the emotion. And when you control meaning, you control your experience of life. Habit 3. Pause before you react. Here's where most people lose control, not in what happens, but in how fast they react to it. Something triggers you, and instantly, you respond. Anger, frustration, defensiveness, no space, no thought, just reaction, and later, regret. The Stoics built a habit that changed everything. They paused, just for a moment, but that moment creates distance. And in that distance, you regain control. Instead of reacting emotionally, you respond deliberately. Imagine someone insults you. Your instinct is to fire back. But instead, you pause. You observe. You choose. Now suddenly, they don't control you anymore. Because control isn't about stopping emotions. It's about not being ruled by them. That small pause, that's where emotional power lives. Habit 4. Visualize the worst. Most people avoid thinking about bad outcomes. They distract themselves. They assume everything will work out. And when life hits them unexpectedly, they collapse. The Stoics did the opposite. They practiced something called negative visualization. They imagined loss, failure, hardship, not to become pessimistic, but to become prepared. Seneca practiced this regularly, because when you expect nothing to go wrong, everything shocks you. But when you've already faced it mentally, nothing surprises you, and something else happens too. You become grateful, because when you realize things could be worse, you appreciate what you have now. This creates a powerful combination, resilience plus gratitude. While others panic, you stay steady, because you've already been there, in your mind. Habit 5. Detach from outcomes. This is one of the hardest habits to master, and one of the most important. Most people attach their emotions to results. I need this to work. I need him to like me. I need this outcome. And when it doesn't happen, they fall apart. But Stoics focus on something different, effort, not outcome. They ask, did I do my best? If yes, then the result doesn't control them. Because results are never fully in your hands. You can do everything right and still fail. That's reality. But when your satisfaction comes from your effort, you become stable. Success doesn't inflate you. Failure doesn't destroy you. You stay grounded. And that's what makes you emotionally untouchable. Habit 6. Train your mind daily. No one becomes emotionally strong by accident. It's built daily. The Stoics trained their minds the same way athletes train their bodies. Through reflection, through awareness, through discipline. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal every day, not for an audience, for himself, to understand his thoughts, to correct his thinking, to stay aligned. Because if you don't train your mind, it will default to chaos, overthinking, emotional reactions, impulses. But when you train it daily, you create awareness, and awareness gives you control. Conclusion: being emotionally untouchable doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means you stop being controlled by people, by situations, by emotions. You still feel anger, you still feel stress, but you don't become it. You observe it, you control it, you rise above it. So remember, control what you can. Reframe everything, pause before reacting, prepare for hardship, detach from outcomes, train your mind daily. Master these habits, and nothing, no person, no situation, no emotion, will have power over you again. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Until next time.